Okay, this is a home inspection overview of unit 2227. We're going to start in this corner of the house. We go all the way around and we come back to the other side, on the other side of this fence. So we explain as we go. I measure the pressure here. Water pressure was about 45. It's recommended to be between 40 and 60 to protect your appliances. If you want it higher, then you could turn this. This is a pressure regulating valve. Okay, so that is that in there. Coming all the way around, I looked at all the windows from inside and outside. The screens are worn out, so they might have to, again, they don't need to be replaced, but they're old. So screens actually are not part of the inspection, but I look at them anyway. So I go all the way around and I look right here, make sure that there's no water damage. And I continue as I go around. I looked over here, the water meter is here. I lifted this up, and if the water meter is running, that means that we have a water leak, and the water meter is not running. Therefore, we don't have an underground leak. If it was running, if the red meter was running, then we would have had an underground leak. So we don't. Okay, so we continue here. I looked at the main electrical panel, and on this electrical panel, I opened that up. I looked inside, make sure that there's no burnt wires or double wires, or they're using a breaker for the same thing. Some of these are loose. These are called column caps. So in order to get them secured, you could secure them with an epoxy or clear silicone. Let me this way. Then on this door right here, so this is on that side, the door was kind of hard to open, so I adjusted this by hitting it down a little bit. It's recommended that the gravel not be in contact with the bottom of the stucco because it will bring termites. Right now there's no termites. And the company that I use, it will give you a 1-year warranty that if you see termites, they will treat it for free. So as we continue on the perimeter of the house, we're going to get to the air conditioning units on the other side. Some of the windows are missing screens. This sliding doors are in really good shape. They usually need to be, the rollers need to be replaced, or they need to be lubricated, but the doors are rolling really smooth, both the screen and this one. Okay, so that's a good thing in here. It is recommended that the fireplace barbecue not be near the house. Obviously it's not permanent. It needs to be out at least 10 feet. So on this one here, it's also in touch with the bottom of the stucco or the weepscrete. So it's recommended that the gravel get removed for clearance. That way it doesn't bring termites into the house. This is the air conditioning unit. It's a heat pump. It is used for heat and also for air conditioning. For the heat, temperature gave me about 110 degrees. And for the air conditioning, it gave me about 52 degrees. The unit, it is a train unit, but it was built, manufactured in 1994. So right now it's almost 24, 28. What is that? 94. It's almost 30 years old. Yeah, 94 plus 30, 24. So yeah, these units last a long time, but that's pretty much about the life expectancy, between 25 and 30. It could last a little longer, but that's pretty much it. On top of the attic, there is a pan for the air handler. The air handler is what pushes the air around the house. And the bottom of the air handler is rusted, which means that probably did some service. Okay, so we end up over here on the other side. That's where we began, on the sides of this fence. I looked underneath all these right here, the sheathing, and I made sure that there's no holes that go into the attic. Otherwise, you get birds that go in there. I walked the roof from one end to the other, and I also walked this patio cover. And there's no cracked tiles, no broken tiles. The only thing that we have, and we're going to see it from the inside, is the skylights are cracked. One is cracked and the other one seems to be getting water from the bottom. All right, we're gonna go to the front and then we get inside. All right, so we continue going in. I checked these doors and I went all the way around. It started in this corner of the house. I did like I did outside. I checked all the outlets. I checked the ceiling fans. That ceiling fans will need to be adjusted. It's kind of wobbly when you turn it on. I make sure that there's no broken tiles on the floor. And I make sure that there's no stains up in the ceiling. If there's stain in the ceiling, that means that the roof is leaking. I check all the appliances. And then I check your dishwasher. This window as well. This window opens. To open it like this, but this other half you cannot open because it will hit this. So if you try to open it, it'll hit that. So to open the window, you just open that side and slide that the other way. Continue going this way. I already talked about that door. So then going up here, this is the thermostat. I put it on heat, and then for the AC, we're gonna go here in the garage. For here, the washer and dryer, we just put them on. We do not turn a cycle. We make sure that the water is not, it doesn't have any corrosion or rust. And then we check the garage door opener. We check the sensors. This is how you get to the attic. Plenty of insulation up there. And these are the sensors. We also check the water softener. We make sure that it has salt and that it is digitally working, even though water softener are not part of the inspection, but I do them anyway. Hot water heater, I check to make sure they have a shut-off valve. It is recommended to have a drip pan. In other words, if it starts leaking, it stays on the pan. The positive thing is, if it leaks, it's outside in the garage, not inside the house. As we continue, here up in the, we have two skylights, and on the other side, even you can see it from here, the skylight is cracked. It's a dual pane skylight, so there's two layers to it. So one of it is cracked, and then the other skylight has like a little bit of also water staining. I turned this on, so it works, wobbles a little bit. It might need some adjustment. Here is the other skylight. It seems to be getting water in between the window panes. I turn all the water, all the hot water. I check the temperature. The temperature is 120 degrees on that. So I check this toilet. I think it's the other toilet that is loose up here. Oh, it's this one right here. So this toilet tank is loose. It just needs to be tightened. The bolts in the bottom. Sometimes you could put a sort of like something in the back so it doesn't rock. I check all these rooms right here. Check all the windows. No problem with the windows. On the doors for the closet, they will need at the bottom to replace the door guide. Otherwise they go like this. These door guides are like $4 at Home Depot or Lowe's. I checked all the doors, make sure that the doors have privacy lock, and they do. This other closet, the guides at the bottom also needs to be installed. This door right here is a fire rated door. It leads from the living quarters into the garage, and it has to self-close. So going back this way to this bathroom, I looked underneath here, no corrosion, no problems with the underneath, and no problem with the shower. The control for the shower, it's on this side. All right, so conclusion, no broken tiles up on the roof, plenty of insulation up in the attic, no problem with the plumbing, no problem with the electric, no cracked floor, and there's no cracked roof tiles, like I said. No termites. We just need to remove the stone from the side of the house. The rest of it, I would send a report. You get 1 year warranty that if you find termites, they're treated for free. All right, thanks.